The comma, rule number 1. Use commas to separate words in a series of 3 or more items. The word and is placed between the last 2 items in the series. So let's look at our first example. In the bowl, there were apples, grapes, pears, plums. Now let's get our commas to separate these items. Comma, first comma between our apples and grapes. Our second comma between grapes and pears. And the word and between pears and our plums, the last 2 items. So let's read the sentence with our commas. In the bowl, there were apples, grapes, pears, and plums. So here we see our commas separating those items. Example number 2. Red, orange, yellow, blue, and white are some colors of the rainbow. Now, reading without the commas, there's no indication that we have to take a pause. So we just have to read the words along in the sentence. So let's go again. Red, orange, yellow, blue, and white are some colors of the rainbow. So from reading that, we know they're speaking about colors. So let's try to identify the colors and let's put commas to separate each color from the other. Also, our first red, orange. So let's put a comma between there. So red and orange separated by the comma. Let's move on. After orange, we have another color, yellow. So we have a comma separating orange and yellow. So let's look after yellow. Yellow, we have blue. So let's use a comma separating yellow and blue. After blue, we have that word and, which tells us that we're going to the last color in the series, which is white. Are some colors of the rainbow. So let's read our sentence again with the commas. Red, orange, yellow, blue, and white are some colors of the rainbow. So with the commas, we're able to take our time and read and identify the different colors within that sentence. Now let's practice. Let's read our first sentence. Some cans, bottles, papers, and plastics were in the drain. So we knew that we know some items were in the drain. Next sentence. She got a doll, a ribbon, a ball, and a bag for school. So girl got some items for school. And 3. The teacher called Mark, John, Kyle, and Terry to her table. So the teacher called some people to her table, some students. Now let's go back to 1 and let's put in our commas where necessary. So let's go. Some cans, bottles. So we need to put a comma between cans and bottles because you know those are 2 different items. So let's go again. Some cans, bottles, papers. Between bottle and papers, let's put a comma. Let's go on again, papers and plastics. So there we have our and. Between those 2 last items, papers and then plastics. So let's go over that sentence. Some cans, bottles, papers, and plastics were in the drain. So we were to see the different items. Number 2. She got a doll, a ball, a ribbon, and a bag for school. Reading that's kind of confused me without that comma to differentiate the different items. So let's put in our items, our commas, sorry. She got a doll, a ribbon. So we have a doll and we also have a ribbon. So there's a comma to separate doll and ribbon. Let's go on. So after a ribbon, a ball, right. So we see there's another item that comes up there, ball. After ball, we have and. So we know that and is going to take us to the last item, which is a bag. So let's read our sentence now with the commas. She got a doll, a ribbon, a ball, and a bag for school. Let's go to our last item, 3. The teacher called Mark, John, Kyle, and Terry to her table. So we have some names in between there. So let's put our commas to identify how many students she called to her table. So we have Mark and then we have John. So we know those are 2 names. So Mark, comma, we have a John. Let's see after John. John, then we have a Kyle. So between John and Kyle. And after Kyle, we have that and, which is telling us that we're going to the last person in that list after Kyle, which is Terry. So now we can read our sentence. The teacher called Mark, John, Kyle, and Terry to her tables. So we have seen here where commas were used to separate items in a series or list of 2 or 3 or more. So great job, everyone.